Hi Pisces, welcome to your June reading. This is going to be general for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, even Venus, because it could be, for love. And yeah, I've already pulled your cards. I just want to go really straight into it. You guys have one, two, three, four, five major arcanas if you count the bottom of the deck, which is the Emperor. Okay, which we'll get into a second. Last month really felt like there was a number of you who had either put someone through some hard times and was kind of being a little shady and maybe engaged in a little bit of betrayal, or that was done to you, right? There was a really heavy energy of needing to forgive oneself, whether it was you being the person who was putting others through all this hurt, or even needing to forgive yourself that you even put yourself in the position that you could be hurt so deeply and be so wronged by another person, right? It was just really a month of feeling like, okay, bottom line, no matter what the shit is, no matter what's going on, you guys need to learn how to forgive yourself so you can move forward. Now, looking at this spread, I do feel like that is what a lot of you guys are getting the momentum to do this month. I will say there are a number of you that I feel like you're getting your momentum to go back to whatever it was that you left or left you. But I'll get into that when I get to that part. But I do want to say that I do feel like there is a chance of trying to have a rebirth of some sort. But let's just start at the bottom where we've got the Emperor, right? So this is what's the unseen, the month of June. This is Aries energy, okay? This is someone who, Emperor don't take no shit. He has things to do. He has an empire to run. He has people to govern over. So his decisions are always based off of, this is duty, this is what we do this here, this is the law, this is versus him filling out a situation being like, oh well, that sounds fair, and oh well, in this case, let's do this and that, right? This card in general is just really about taking ownership and taking control of your life, right? And you actually being that person to drive your life rather than your life driving you every which way, okay? So you guys are really stepping into that energy of trying to do that after feeling down and feeling a loss. And for some of you, it could be feeling, stupid or feeling like you're a bad person or whatever. But the thing is, you guys are really focused on that moving forward, right? And taking kind of control of your life all over again, which I'm really happy for you guys and I'm really happy to see. Now, where we start is Three of Wands. Beautiful energy for this, right? Because the Three of Wands talks about, so this is someone who's made the plans, who sat down and, planned everything out, and now they're waiting for their ships, right? It's like they've already decided that they want to move forward. They decided how they want to move forward. They're just waiting for basically all the things to align correctly so that they can just kind of get on that boat and go. And I do see that you guys are there, right? Now with that, what's crossing it is you have that Knight of Wands, which is beautiful energy with this, because it's like two wands energy for this, and you guys getting up and going. It's like you guys are really, you're done with doing that self-pity thing. You're done with just being like, oh, feeling bad for yourself. You're done with feeling stagnant. It's like, okay, whatever. This is what it is now. So I have to make lemonade out of these lemons and go, right? So I really do feel like you guys are having, you're really coming into that fire energy, right? Of being passionate and quick moving, and maybe not moving so slow, being a little bit more decisive and just going for something, even based on intuition more than anything else, which you guys are really good at it naturally because you are a water sign. Water signs and fire signs, they really speak to intuition, rather than being like more methodical and, thinking things out as, say, an air sign would, or even an earth sign in many ways. So with this and this, this Emperor energy you guys got, so you guys have got a lot of fire under your ass to make change, which is really beautiful. Okay. Now, what we've got with that is that Four of Cups. So I feel like this is not so much a right now situation. I feel like this is coming off the past of someone either not wanting you or you feeling like you not wanting someone, right? it's like this person is either bored with their offers, they don't believe what's in their offers, or they're just not interested all around, right? The Four of Cups speaks to someone who's bored, or they're, or you know, Four of Cups in many ways can be someone who sees all these blessings around them, but doesn't care. Like they're almost not appreciative, like how a teenager would be like, oh, whatever. You know what I mean? Because, you know, some readers like to say that these cups at the bottom are empty, but we don't know that. We don't necessarily know that, right? Because they're not tipped over. And a lot of times in these tarot decks, especially the original depiction, we know that a cup is empty. There's nothing in it because it's tipped over. These ones aren't necessarily tipped over. It's just like, but this person doesn't want them, you know? There's just no interest. So I was feeling kind of that energy last month that this was someone either walking away from you guys because just the hurt was too great or the bullshit was just too much, or that you guys were doing that with someone else, right? So, and I do feel like that is what's propelling you guys to move forward at this point. It's like, instead of filling this place, being here, it's like you guys would rather be doing anything else, right? You're like, I can't really fix what this is at the moment, the way this is, but what I can do is, you know, instead of beating myself up, use some of this energy to move forward because I don't want to stay here, kind of thing. And with that, you guys are focused on going on this new journey. You've got the Fool. So the Fool is someone who is a risk taker. This is someone who just really goes out on a limb and doesn't carry much baggage with them, right? This is someone who, I mean, they only have that one little sack of whatever's in there, you know, just their one little satchel of little change of clothes and their dog. They've got their little companion, but the Fool is someone who's a risk taker, and not to say that they're not afraid, but they don't let fear of things stop them from moving forward, right? It's like they're always down for that risk because they just, it's like about having that undeniable amount of faith that no matter what, whatever I'm risking, it has to be better on the other side than what I'm going through now, right? So it's not that they're afraid, it's just that they're going to do it anyways, right? But there is like this freeing satisfaction feeling that comes with just like taking the risk and moving forward. Because the thing is, you can't heal yourself from things that you've always wanted to do, but always have been too afraid to try. Like there is no healing that comes from that. It is a really terrible feeling to always feel like you missed out on something, especially at your own doing. Now, but when we take risks, and even if the risks fail, which they never really fail, right? Either you win or you learn, right? So if you kind of think about it with that approach, it's like, even if there is disappointment or heartbreak in that thing, you can get over it because you know that at the end of the day you tried and you really put yourself out there. So really this month, you know, like due to this energy, due to this whatever happened in the past of, you know, kind of feeling rejected, or you rejecting someone else because you felt like the love wasn't there, or you just weren't into it, it's really propelling you forward to go on this new journey and just being like, you know what, I have to move on, which is really good. Because honestly, when I was reading last month, I was honestly a little worried how heavy it felt for me to read it. It was just like, oh my God, I hope they can get over this, because it felt very intense, right? So in the past, you guys were in a total crossroads with this Two of Swords energy. So this is someone who is, you know, needing to make a decision. This is someone who, though essentially reason why they're not making a decision is they cannot see, right? Her eyes, yes, they're bound, they're closed, and like she can't see. It symbolizes her not being able to see like the bigger picture of what's going on, needing to make this decision and maybe not having all the details, right? It's like, I really feel like you guys came out of that place. And almost with this, it's like what you guys needed to see is that whatever what was going on was not right, right? And needing to be okay with coming out of that crossroads and being able to just move forward based off of that, right? Instead of just trying to be stuck in this one position, doing the same thing that you know is not working for you, right? It's like you guys are coming out of that and saying, okay, I tried it this way. This does not work for me. Let me see if this helps. let me see if this tweak will do something different. It's like you guys really felt like you were in a place where you just couldn't move. And as crazy as this sounds, it's like the reason why you guys are able to move now is because you're moving, right? It's almost just like, even though I do get the feeling some of you guys don't know exactly what you want still or where this is going to go, it just the fact that you're moving is helping. So then in the near future, we fall into this death energy, which death energy is tough because it really feels like there's been a loss. And it really is the end of a cycle and the beginning of a new one. And we can say that all light, but it doesn't feel good when you're in it. It's that energy that you can understand it and appreciate it for what it is when you kind of come out of it. And I do think that you guys are really, a lot of you, trying to revamp everything, right? Trying to go to that happy place, trying to go to that sun, but knowing that there are things in front of you that are getting in the way. And this is a kind of time of year where a lot of us start to kind of reevaluate those things. I feel like most of us reevaluate our lives and what we're doing around our birthdays, around New Year's, because it's very cliche to do, and then also around this time, like spring, summer, like halfway through the year. I feel like all of us kind of take a check again, because we're like, okay, the year's almost over, or it's halfway over. What have I done this far? What am I going to do going forward, right? So with everything that's been happening and all the struggle and the back and forth, the resistance, I do feel like you guys are really, you're like in the middle of this death transformation, and it is not easy. It's not, because it's whenever we go through the death transformation, not that we're dying literally, but parts of us do. Parts of us do, parts of our lives do, parts of either connections we have with people, chapters close, and it's not fun. It's because they're usually things that we were very familiar with, or very very heart connected to. So if this is you and you feel like you are in the middle of this kind of death energy or going through this death energy, just know that in the end, everything will be okay, and it happens for the best, even though it doesn't feel like it's for the best at the time. Again, hindsight's 2020. It is one of those energies you appreciate hella after the fact, not necessarily while you're in it, okay? Hopes and fears, Ten of Swords. So for those of you who this is a love thing and you feel like this was a betrayal either on your behalf or the other person's behalf, don't, kind of going back to last month, how I was saying forgive yourself, don't stack up charges on yourself or stack up a bunch of bad thoughts on yourself because of the things that have gone wrong. Like, if you feel betrayed, don't betray yourself any further, right? Don't make it worse by having bad self-talk, because everything will be okay. And this is the end of a very painful, fucked up cycle. The 10, 10 talks about completion of a cycle too, and then obviously it talks basically about endings and beginnings, because 10 next to 1, so 10, 1. So find solace in knowing that this is the end and this is going to be okay. You're at the, the worst is over, right? This is just kind of the residual energy. But the main thing is, you don't want to focus on this energy because you don't want to create more of it. Okay? We don't want this to multiply. And understanding that where this fear comes from of not wanting to be in this place, it comes because you are in the middle of this death transformation, right? You are going on a new journey. Cycles. Can't pick anything up. We haven't gone over it yet, but New cycles, new cycles. You guys have new cycles everywhere. So where everything feels uncomfortable and you're just like, I'm dead. I can't do this. Just, I'm done. I'm worn out. Know that it's all for a reason. It feels shitty right now. I'm going to clarify this so we can look into a little bit deeper as to what exactly your fear with this is. I don't know if it's fear that you feel like this is going to just keep happening to you. It's not. You can choose that. You have control over that. What around you is working for you. You've got this Page of Pentacles energy, which is nice because Page of Pentacles, yeah, it's young energy. It's messages of, the page is a messenger. It's earthly energy, but it's stable energy. It's reliable energy. So all these things, and I want you to see, because the way I see it is the Death card is right next to the Page of Pentacles. They're sitting like this. All these things that you are shedding away and all these things that you feel are being ripped from you, these people are being ripped from you, these opportunities, whatever it may feel that you're being ripped for you, it is to get to this because you're getting new things to come, right? Like literally this is coming to this. You know what I mean? So understand that it's for a purpose beyond what you can see and understand. Okay? That makes sense. Understand it's beyond what you can understand. Whatever this new thing is it's going to bring you stability. It's going to bring you abundance. So this can be a new job. This can be, maybe you've met someone who displays earth qualities and they're really helping you to feel grounded right now in this time where you're kind of lost and all over the place and not really knowing what to do. But it's a very good energy should you grasp it. And I say should you grasp it because you see how it's like the coin's on the tip of his finger. It's almost like it could fall off, right? It could fall out. He could lose that coin because it is so new and it is so tender, right? But you have that energy around you for some new beginnings that are stable. You have to get out of this bad self-talk with yourself and know that it's going to be okay for that to happen though. And knowing that, again, this is where this feels so bad, it feels so uncomfortable because this is a cycle that you've been needing to complete that you did complete, right? And you're going into the next one. If you are an Aquarius cusp, like if you're a Pisces Aquarius cusp, please watch Aquarius video. They have this Wheel of Fortune in the same exact spot. Also, if you're dealing with an Aquarius boss, lover, family member, I advise you to go watch the Aquarius video. Also, if you just have Aquarius very strong in your chart, watch the Aquarius video, right? Because same placement, same card, and really the same feel of, this is a cycle. Like, that everything you're going through, although it's uncomfortable, it's for a reason. It was the time, right? This could be something that's been even a long time coming. It's like, okay, yeah, eventually I knew this was going to come to a head kind of thing, right? Watch that video if Aquarius has anything to do with you. And then what we've got is the Judgment card. So I really do feel like, and again, I want you guys to see how this is sitting. It's sitting right next to that Four of Cups. So if there was something, if you guys are like the last month, how I felt like someone needed to walk away or someone did walk away because someone was being shady, I do feel like for a good number of you, this could be trying to basically reawaken this dead situation. Like whoever said, bye, I'm done with you, the other person wanting to bring that back up. But I'm going to clarify it just to make sure. But I do really feel like for a number of you, whatever it is that you guys have got all this fiery energy to do with this Emperor card and this Three of Wands and this Knight of Wands, right? I do feel like a lot of you, it's to get back into a better place to where this person who rejected you or this person that you rejected can come back together. So it's like if it's someone that you rejected, it's like maybe you're trying to do all these things so that they can see what a good person they've lost and, want you back kind of thing. Or if it's someone, or, like beg for your forgiveness, or if it, vice versa, however this is for you. But I do feel like for a number of you, it does have to do with that. I'm going to pull some clarifiers. I want to first clarify this Four of Cups card. So with the Four of Cups, 2 cards fell out. We've got Oprah with the King of Pentacles and the Nine of Swords. So this could have been a earth sign that you guys were dealing with, or earth sign that has influence over this situation. Whoever's not wanting to accept these cups, or whoever you're not wanting to accept these cups for or from. But I really do feel like too, this is just really about. So Nine of Wands or Nine of Swords, especially in the original depiction, this is someone who can't sleep at night. This is someone who's like, it is whatever's on their mind, it has fucked them up so bad that they can't move, right? It's messing up their sleep patterns. And I feel like what you guys are trying to get to is to this place of stability and this place of feeling comfortable, whether you're in a relationship or whether it's a job or just with yourself, right? Based on things that have happened. But you have got this energy so thick in you of not being able to sleep, not being able to think correctly or clearly, to where it's almost like, it's funny because Pisces, you guys are ruled by Neptune, and Neptune's all about like the planet of illusions, and Pisces have this way of whenever they're uncomfortable or don't like something, they'll kind of separate and go off into this whole other world where you guys don't have to deal with anybody, right? It's almost like that is what's happening here for some of you. If you have been having thoughts that are so debilitating that you just cannot sleep, move, think, whatever, I do feel like some of you, as your defense mechanism, as what you guys naturally do, your way of trying to tackle the thing is by going off into this dream state, this dream world. That's what is making you feel safe at this moment, right? Feel like that King of Pentacles. That's what's like that's the only thing right now that's making you feel grounded. If that's where you need to go to find some resolve, go there. That's fine. Be mindful that you're not staying there, because you want this. It's like you're trying to get back to this, but you can't get back to this if you're staying here for too long, right? Because to get to the King of Pentacles, it takes some real work, right? It takes some real work. It takes work like through action. It takes work through thinking, through planning. And you can't do that if you stay in a place of Four of Cups too long. I understand why you would want to stay in that Four of Cups for a very long time, because it's so much easier dealing with that you've created in your head than the reality of what things look like for you at this time. So, like I said, if it helps you and heals you to go into that place almost so you can like manifest, fine. But don't stay there too long, okay? You have to get back into the real world too. Let's clarify this Fool energy. With the Fool, we've got the Hierophant. So this is you guys really going on a new journey to find your vibe, find your tribe. Again, watch Aquarius. I literally said like the same type of shit to them, especially if you're a cuspy. You guys are really trying to go on this new journey to find where you fit, because things in the past have not worked out. And I feel like a lot of you, and it doesn't even really matter the age, it could be older Pisces, it could be younger Pisces. I really feel like a lot of you guys are trying to find, I don't want to say the new you, but it's almost as if the life you've been living has been, I don't want to say not your own, but the things that you do, the people that you talk to, the places that you go, and the things that you surround yourself with are like truly a reflection of what you're used to and what you have always grown up feeling and knowing to be true and right and whatever. And I really feel like a lot of you, and it's funny because I feel like even a lot of you older Pisceans, like and when I say older, not old, but just like 40 and up, grown and up. I really feel like a lot of you are almost like trying to find your place again, but like for you, fully for you this time, right? And you guys are going to be going on this new journey, and that's really good. Just make sure to be present through it so you can pick up the lessons and learn the things that you need to learn in order to get through it. Now, with this Two of Swords in the past, you got the Six of Wands. So that's good. Whatever hurdle it is that you guys were trying to jump over, which I feel strongly, again, for a lot of you guys was about forgiving yourselves and being able to move on, there is a victory there, okay? With the Death, we've got the Three of Pentacles. So the Three of Pentacles with the Death card for me lets me know during this transformation, you may need to lean on to others a little bit more than you normally would or would feel comfortable with doing, okay? You're not going to get through this all your own. If there are people around you that you trust and love and you know that have your best interest at heart, and I'm not saying tell them all your business and just, be totally dependent and, have them fix all your problems, but you might need a shoulder to lean on this month with everything that's going on, and that's okay. Because with the Three of Pentacles, in the original depiction, they show the three people working together to do successful work. But the thing is, their creation, whatever they're working on, they would never be able to do it if it was just one of them, or even if it was just two of them out of the three. It's almost like in order for you to get through this this death transformation, you'll be wanting to reach out to people. Also, if you're going through something, it might be helpful for you to reach out to other people who have the same issues. Like if it's depression, I don't know, or alcoholism, or going to meetings, or like finding a forum, or, something to kind of help you through and be able to talk to like-minded people. You're going to need as much support as you can get during this time of the death transformation, and I feel like you will have it around you, but you're going to have to be open to being open, okay? Okay, Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords, we've got the Seven of Wands. So, Seven of Wands, standing your ground, right? Someone who's fighting for their rights, someone who's fighting for what's fair for them, fighting for something they feel very passionate about. I think you guys are done with the fighting. You're done with the fighting, like you're dead with the fighting. You just kind of want it to come to an end. But at the same time, I don't know that you know how to fix that, because I get the feeling that for a lot of you guys, fighting through or with this thing is what actually makes you feel comfortable, or what actually makes you feel valid or wanted. It's like almost you guys are so used to a certain type of madness that if it looked too harmonious, that would feel uncomfortable. But no. So then with the Page of Pentacles, we've got the Fool. So again, you guys are going to be stepping into this energy. You guys are going to have lots of support from people around you, people who are trying to get you back on your feet, people who are stable and have their shit together. Maybe you're trying to do some business things with you, maybe trying to plan some things that are long-term with you. But this is a new beginning. Okay, it's a fresh burst of energy. And in this reading, you guys have two Fool cards, okay? So that's just really reiterating. And these Fool cards are basically surrounding the death. So you can rest assured, like, even if you are in this death energy and it feels shitty, it'll be okay. The Emperor with the Wheel of Fortune. So 2 Emperor cards too. So really reiterating, taking control, right? Taking control, deciding how you want to feel, going forward, you know, reaching out to people if we need the help and not feeling bad about it. But it's just really, you guys, everything that's going to be happening, everything that is happening, it's happening on your own merit because you guys are finally taking control, finally taking responsibility, and deciding that you want to do better, right? And with that Judgment card, we've got the 8 of Swords. So this is a feeling of feeling stuck. I want to clarify one more time. Because again, I do feel like for many of you, it's if y'all were the ones in that heartbreak from last month or going through it right now, I do feel like it's like part of this is you wanting to do all these things and move forward and go on this journey of self-discovery. And it's like, I feel like a lot of you guys want to do it for that person or that thing. Really be mindful of wanting to do it for yourself, though. Really be mindful of that, and then you can, right? Because the thing is, when you want to do something for yourself, and it's funny, I pull it out, you get the Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles, that is a sturdy, like, offering. Look, 10 of Cups at the bottom. Wanting to do things for yourself, for your happiness, right? So the Ace of Pentacles is very stable. It's very reliable. And going with wanting to do things for yourself, if you're just trying to make these changes because you feel like you want this person back or this situation to open up for you, not to say it won't work, but it's harder to make work than just wanting something because you want this something because you want it, right? And it's something that you want rather than, oh, I feel like I have to change this thing so that Betsy will take me back or whatever, right? So just being really mindful of what your whys are, what your reasons are, and really being mindful that you are doing things first and foremost for yourself. Again, because Pisces, you guys have this really, it's cool, but it could be dangerous way of going in to this whole like wonderland whenever you want to not be a part of your real world things, where sometimes I think when even things are uncomfortable for you, you'll just go into that space without actually having to tackle the thing. And it's like the only time you guys ever really feel like super inspired to tackle the thing is if other people are mad at you. You know what I mean? Like, okay, I'll fix this because she keeps complaining that I'm not doing this, so I guess I'll do it. But that's not doing the thing because you want to do it. That's like doing it begrudgingly. So it's like, in order for things to be stable and stick and you to have a real new beginning, you need to not be so stuck on the fact of changing any patterns for anybody else. You have to want to do them for yourself first. I hope that makes sense. And then that's where you get that 10 of Cups, right? That's where you get that full happiness, that fulfillment, and feeling like you're in a really good place and aligned with things that you love and that love you back, right? So yes, I understand wanting to do things for other people, but you have to make sure that the motivation for you is there first. And just remember, if you have to go into this place to manifest or to check out just for a second, like for self-preservation, it's fine, but don't get lost there this month, okay? You guys have a lot of new great things coming to you. 2 Full cards, 2 Emperors. This is a month of taking charge and really doing the things that you want to do and need to do for you and you first, okay? And you guys will be supported when you guys are doing that, right? And you know, good luck with this death experience, this death transition. Make sure you're reaching out to people. If you need it, don't be too prideful, okay? And that will help you this month a lot too. All right, Pisces. Thank you. I'll see you guys next month. Good luck.